Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to the 10th episode of my 1 vs 4 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, I'm playing against 4 Emperor AI that are on a team against me, and I'm playing as the Shadow Elf Sorcerer, Malus Nightlord. In our last episode, we engaged the forces of one of our 4 opponents, and that would be the Goblin Archdruid Tannah Boslarf, and we were actually able to win a couple of battles and take the city of Tavros from Tannah. So we were able to engage her here in the Shadow Realm, but there's a fairly good chance that she doesn't actually have a lot of territory in the Shadow Realm, and that she's probably come through this Shadow Gate, either from the Overworld or from the Underground. And since she's a goblin, I'm guessing probably the Underground, but we'll have to see. So I'm planning to move through this Shadow Gate here and see where Tannah came from, because I'm assuming that she came through this Shadow Gate and took this city. Now, I don't know where this Shadow Gate goes. You can see there the surface and the underground. I have no idea, so I'm going in blind. And that actually leads really nicely into a comment from Casper Eklund on the last episode. And Casper had pointed out that as I'm going to be heading through this Shadow Gate, I don't know what's on the other side, as I've kind of just said, and so it would be risky for me to just send Malus through on his own, because doing that obviously entails quite a bit of risk in that Tannah or some of the other opponents here could have some very strong units here ready to kind of gank me on the other side if I jump through. So what I'm going to do instead is probably send a scout through, so maybe this Storm Sister here, or something like that, and do a little bit of scouting to see kind of what I'm up against before I send Malus through. And the reason why I don't want to risk Malus is because Malus is my leader, and as a sorcerer, I'm very heavily reliant on my ability to cast spells and do research here, and right now I'm 1 turn away from having Eldritch Horror, so you can imagine how disruptive it would be for me to lose my hero at this point. And so that's a great comment from Casper Eklund there. Absolutely kind of, a way for me to sort of check my potential overconfidence there, and a great reminder from him. So thank you very much to Casper for that. With that, I think we will dive into this episode here. So, as I said, we don't want to risk going through this and potentially ending up with a negative outcome. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use up some of my casting points that I have left. I don't want to use, I should say, once this turn is over, I'm going to probably just start summoning Eldritch Horrors, but I do have enough here to summon a Wisp, and a Wisp will make an excellent scout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this Wisp through the Shadow Gate. Oh, okay, and it actually goes to the surface, which is a bit of a surprise, but you can see here, this looks like the domain of Tannah, so she has a city here of some kind. Let's go explore what it is. Okay, so some mountains. Okay, it's a halfling city. Alright. And it's well defended, but not excessively well defended. So I'm going to send, I think I can send Malus through without too much worry at this point. So I'm going to do that. So Malus can jump on through the gate here and start progressing towards this city. And it's important here to note that this is a halfling city, and I mentioned, I think maybe in either last episode or a few episodes ago, I would actually like to get my hands on a halfling city such that I can start making brew brothers who have nourishing meal, and they can kind of heal stacks, and also undead, which I have thanks to my necromancer. So I'm actually very glad that there's a halfling city here. I'm just going to have to battle it away from my opponent here. So, okay, that takes care of that. So in the last episode here, I hadn't finished off this turn, so I had a few other things left to do. We have 216 gold here, so I think in this outpost, I'm just going to do merchandise for now. Now, in Manthros, we want to start getting this city eventually ready to produce Union Guard, because we are building this up to be a pikeman-focused city. So I think what we'll do is we'll start doing a bit of that now. We've currently got 55 production. It would be nice to get this higher, so I am tempted to go with the Siege Workshop. We're going to need to build the War Hall to be able to produce the Union Guard. We also need a Pillar of the Stylites. So I think we'll do that first, just to get that out of the way. A little bit cheaper to build there, so we'll do that. Okay, and we hadn't moved our rogue hero, so this is Izalara the Enchantress, and she's got kind of a mixed bag here of units. But I think yeah, she's about to have the ability to heal them in 2 turns, which is great, thanks to nourishing meal here from this breakfast item that I made for her. So that's going to be very nice for her. Now the question is, what do I do with her? On the one hand, I probably should do some scouting around this city to clear out more things around here. On the other hand, I do want to start kind of exploring up north and maybe heading up to this city to do this quest up here. I think maybe what I'll do, though, is I will head down here, and at the very least, I'm going to clear out this gold mine and get this completed here so that we don't have to worry about that as that city grows. Okay, so just some pesky goblins here that we have to deal with. Now remember, we don't really have any way to heal, so we don't want to take any unnecessary damage if we can really avoid it. And you can see our Node Serpent's not in perfect health here, a little bit damaged, so we have to be a tiny bit careful here. So I think we'll send our Knight up to kind of draw some fire. Meanwhile, we'll move everybody else kind of up like this. And let's see, maybe they'll come after my Knight. No, they won't. Okay. So they're going to force my hand a little bit. Alright, let's light up the Butcher here. There we go. Some nice big damage. And I think we'll throw the Node Serpent up there in defense mode. Actually, you know what? We don't want the Node Serpent right there because the Knight needs to come up as well. There we go. And then we can put our other units kind of right in behind here. So I'm expecting at least one unit's going to come hit my archers. Okay, so we took the attack without a ton of damage, so now we can just do some nice flank hits here and really put the hurt on them here, which is good. So we'll turn them around and get the finish with our cavalry. And then we can move up and light up the swarm darters with our arcane archers. Finish them off, no problem at all. And that takes care of that. Okay, so now that gold mine is cleared out. And I think now we want to maybe just do a little bit of scouting this direction, just to see if there's anything, any, spawning structures or anything that we need to clear out. I think it would be nice to make sure that our cities are a little bit safer. So we're going to head that way. And, okay, and we have this army in the Shadow Realm here. These Shadow Demons are kind of giving us some trouble. So we're going to park right here next to the city and just camp out next to our vassal city there. Okay, and we have Vraxen here, our necromancer, who is doing a lot of work in this particular area here in the Shadow Realm. So we're going to continue the good times rolling here, I think, and see if we can get some more units. So why don't we're kind of building a hodgepodge stack with all the units I've been ghoul cursing here, as you can see. I think what we'll do, though, is we're actually going to replace the cadaver at this point out of the stack. And we're going to send the reason I'm sending the priest into this stack is because the priest has throw curse, which goes really well with inflict ghoul curse. So let's head up here. So we've got some pesky archons that are in our way, so we're going to deal with them. No mercy. Now we have to remember we're sieging what is essentially a fort at this point, so we are going to have a little bit of trouble here, but hopefully nothing too devastating. Fortunately, this is a great opportunity to use our Bone Collector, who has Demolisher and the ability to attack walls, which is fantastic. Our Fallen Angel's probably going to come in handy a little bit, although we have to remember that a lot of these units do spirit damage here. The foot soldiers don't, but the archers, I believe, do. Yeah, so they do some spirit damage, and it's important to remember that our Fallen Angel has spirit weakness, so we have to watch out. Yeah, and the paladins also do spirit damage, so we just want to make sure that we don't get a little bit overexposed there, as that would prove to be kind of disastrous, I think. We'll just kind of move everybody in. And thankfully, we are reinforced here with our Bone Collector, so that makes it even easier for us to just tank that damage. So we'll beat the heck out of the wall, and next turn we should be able to make it in that way. Now, the question is, do we want to just send our Fallen Angel in like this and throw a petrified on. That might be the plan there. And let's see, what kind of chances do we have for cursing here? Let's see if we can curse the paladin. Okay, and we got it. Excellent. So we can try and get that unit to join us. We can do a little bit of damage to these pesky archers as well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the Deathbringer into a position where I can jump in. Okay, and let's move up just slightly with Vraxen here. I don't want Vraxen getting right into the mix just yet. Okay, so our Deathbringers are taking some damage. Oh, and the cavalry rode out to meet us. Kind of a surprise there, but that's alright. I will take it, as that gives me now the opportunity to go for a Ghoul Curse here. Only a 24% chance, probably because they have a lot of spirit protection, I'm guessing. So maybe what we'll do is we'll actually turn them around here. So we'll do some damage. We'll step off, and then... Oh, and unfortunately that's going to kill them. Alright, well, we'll just go for the kill there. And yeah, I figured that would be immune. So let's try for some Despair here. A little bit there. And I think we'll just kill off the Foot Soldier there. We'll take our Bone Collector in, and I think we'll just do some big damage here. There we go. Got some Despair going. So this is just going to be kind of a demolishing battle rather than a converting battle, I think. And again, because these units have very high spirit protection, it's much harder to Ghoul Curse them. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move in and heal our Reanimator. And then we're going to use our Reanimator to try and get some Despair. And we actually got all three there, which was excellent. We can jump in behind, and we actually now have a 95% chance to get our Ghoul Curse off, which is fantastic. You know what, before we do that, though, let's see if we can make it even higher. Okay, and we can't afflict them with Curse. Oh, they're already cursed, that's why. There we go, and we did get a Ghoul Curse on those Archon Archers. Okay, and we got a couple of items here. Foot Wrappings of Power, so fire weakness but extra defense. And Helm of the Deep, which gives Mariner and Fast Embark. Honestly, not particularly excited about either of these items, especially because I don't want any extra fire weakness on my Shadow Elves. So I'm actually going to just sell this for gold. And that's fantastic, as now I have quite a lot of gold, which is good. I could be able to build a few things here. Alright, so now we're going to try and Ghoul Curse this Watcher. I think that's going to be the unit I would really like to try and get my hands on here. So we're going to try and inflict as much despair and curses and whatever else we can on this guy to see if we can acquire him. Alright, so we will move up, throw our curse. Okay, and it was resisted. Not really that surprising. We'll drop a self-heal here. What I'm hoping they're going to do is basically just kind of come to us. So let's see if they decide to advance here. Yep, there they go. Okay, perfect. That makes it a little bit easier for me, actually. Alright, so... Now, I do want to try and get that Watcher. You know what? Let's actually... What kind of odds do we have to get a Petrify off? 60%. Pretty good odds. We're going to move right in and see here. Can we actually get everybody in this? We can if we step forward one more, so let's do that. There we go, let's try it. Okay, and we only petrified one unit, which was the Shock Serpent over there, but that's alright, it was still worth doing. So we'll charge over here with our Bone Collector and engage the Shock Serpent. And unfortunately we got shocked there a little bit, which isn't exactly fun. However, we can help out with our Priest, and we can do some big damage here. There we go. And same story here. We can probably get the kill. Yep, no problem at all. Move our Deathbringer up. Alright, so now our Watcher's going to probably hit our... Yep, there we go. And that's you can see that spirit weakness there. We took quite a bit of damage. Not a problem, obviously, but... Alright, let's try for some Despair and some Cursing. Okay, resisted both. 50%. Resisted that as well. Wow. Alright, and let's see if we can get any extra here. Just go for some more Despair. I don't think it matters which type of damage we're doing. No. This one does 3 types, though, so we'll do a little bit more. There we go. Alright, in our Fallen Angel, we will, I think, just move over and take out the Shock Serpents there. Yep. And then with our Bone Collectors, we can take out the Shock Serpents on that side. Grab their bones for some extra health. And move ourselves in like this. There we go. So I'm expecting them to hit the... Yep, there we go. Another Doomgaze on our Fallen Angel. Alright, let's try for some more Despair. Okay, and we got one at least. Let's see if we can get another one. I'm not really concerned about doing damage so much as I'm just trying to get all these extra Despairs. There we go. Now we can jump in behind. We've got a 60% chance to Ghoul Curse, so let's give it a shot here. And we got it. That's fantastic. Okay. We got ourselves a brand new Watcher. Excellent. Excellent there. So that is fantastic. We now have ourselves a brand spanking new Watcher here, which is fantastic. I do like these units quite a bit. I just think they're really neat looking for starters, but they also have things like Total Awareness, Mind Control Immunity. They get a Vision Range upgrade, which is kind of cool, and Night Vision. But I like this Doomgaze attack because it has a chance to petrify, and it also does Spirit damage, which is pretty neat. Their melee attack does 3 different types of damage, which is all pretty cool. Importantly, though, they are a little bit weak to fire now since it's undead. And they do have Frost and Blight protection thanks to being undead. And Spirit protection, normally they would have quite a bit of inherent Spirit protection. But because they're a ghoul, it sort of cancels it out. So, all in all, I'm very happy to have this unit. And I think, so we've got this little stack. We need to go clear this out. That much is for certain, this Warband camp. I don't know if this unit's going to be able to handle it on their own. Let's at least wander over and see what we're up against. So we got 4. One of them's an assassin, so that may not end very well for us. I probably shouldn't have gone and sat next to it, as that's kind of a recipe for disaster. And I think we'll move our Wisp over here just to protect it. There we go. Yeah, so I shouldn't have moved this unit right next to that, as that was kind of a mistake. Yeah, and unfortunately we can't get over there. However, what we could do is actually send Vraxen over to assist. And I think with Vraxen's help, we would be able to do it. And you know what? That might not be the worst thing ever. Yeah, let's do that. So with Vraxen's assistance, I think we'll be just fine. So let's do it. And we're going to be using our cadavers up front in this battle. We want to use them kind of as sacrificial lambs a little bit. And the rest of our units can kind of just chill in the back. So these units are going to just take all kinds of punishment here, as you can see. Thankfully, they do have projectile resistance, which is helping them mitigate a lot of that damage. So that's very, very good. And we'll move in and attack the barricades. In the meantime, we will start moving everybody else up just a little bit. I don't want them getting right up in there or anything, but I want the cadavers to soak up all the hits, basically. There we go. Exactly. Perfect. They did their job well. Alright, and the obstacle is now down, which is good. And so now we can actually start hitting them with some pretty hefty damage here. Inflicting some despair and whatnot as well. And we will put our units up in front here to protect Vraxen from damage a little bit. Ooh, there, Assassin Strike on our cadavers, but they took it like absolute champs. No problem at all. We can do some big damage from our Brew Brothers here, so we'll do that. There we go, fantastic. And then we can actually move our... We could probably get the kill here with our cadavers. Alternatively, we could also move in and probably do some big damage with our Draconian Crushers. And then finally, we could probably get the kill here. Or, well, not quite. We'd be close. Because we do a maximum here of... minimum of 3, maximum of 6. So chances are we probably wouldn't get the kill. Although we could move in and adjust how we're attacking. I think we'll use our cadaver. Yeah, we'll get the kill that way. It's a little bit safer. So this scoundrel, we can move in and get the kill, no problem. There we go. And then we can move our Temple Guard in just a little bit. We'll do some damage here to these scoundrels. Nice critical hit there. Very, very nice. Alright, taking a little bit more damage here just from some crossbow shots. Nothing too extreme. And before I decide who I want to heal, first we'll do a nourishing meal there. And then we can send in our Crusher to get the kill there, no problem. And then I think what we'll do is we will fly in with Raxin, put a Warcry on, get a nice hit there, move our Cadaver in and get the finish. There we go. So with Raxin's help, no big deal. We got it done. And a shield here, not particularly useful as it is a common one. It just gives you the shield benefit without really giving you any extra kind of upgrades like extra defense or resistance. So I think, again, I'm actually going to sell this just for that extra gold. There we go. So that's quite nice. All right, and now Vraxin's stack, we want to get them back into the action, so we're going to get them out of the corner here. We've kind of done all we can in this little area. So now the question is, maybe we head back with Vraxin and take out this wizard tower. Alternatively, our stack is now pretty powerful. I think we'd be able to handle it. Alternatively, we could do some more exploring up here. I believe that is a tomb. It does look like it. Yeah, that looks like the entrance of a tomb. So that would be very good for us if we were to head over there. And then, of course, we could also head up to the surface here and start helping out in the overworld. There's lots to do. So I have to kind of decide what I want to do with Vraxin. I think I'm definitely going to head over to this tomb at some point here. The question now is, am I strong enough to take out this wizard tower? I'm going to have to think about that. Fortunately, I have some other things to do in the meantime. So what we're going to do now is we're going to end our turn there. All right, with our turn over here, let's take a peek and see if we get attacked here with Malus. Oh, and there's Paragon. Jeez. Yeah, just before we had it finished. I mean, we were still a couple turns away from summoning the Eldritch Horror, but that means somebody has created a tier 4 unit. They've either summoned one or produced one. And you can see here from the symbol, the player who actually produced that was Tannah. So that would mean that it's probably a I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the great giant of the forest god, horned god, I think it is. So that means that Tannah now has that. So you can see how I have to be very careful now that Tannah has access to tier 4 units. I'm going to be engaging her in combat here, so I'm going to have to look out. I'm going to need my Eldritch Horrors kind of ASAP here, I think. So yeah, definitely a little bit scary. Fortunately, obviously I have my Fallen Angel, which is my tier 4 unit that I was able to acquire. But once I'm able to summon tier 4s, then I think it's going to be much easier for me to start building up an army. Of course, I do need to get my casting points higher so that I can summon them in 2 turns rather than 3. However, I'll take 3 turns if it's all I can for summoning them, as I do just need to start getting them. Ooh, and our city is under attack here. We're going to do this one manually. I'm going to see if I can cheese them a little bit here. I think we'll be able to cheese them. And when I say cheese them, I mean use my little strategy where you can keep the battle going for 5 turns without taking damage, and that will result in the battle essentially ending. And the attackers lose. Now, the only issue is they have a ranged attack, and that might actually prove to be my undoing here. I don't think they're going to be able to get in range to hit me. Let's see. Yeah, they were very close to being in range, but not quite. Okay, so that city lives to be mine another day. Okay, and well, okay, this is interesting. I thought that they would because this is a vassal of mine and these are my allies, I thought it would pull them into the battle with me. Well, okay, that's a good lesson. I didn't know that. So, I tend to play evil, so I don't usually end up with a lot of vassal cities, but that's good to know. So when you have your stack next to a vassal city stack, they don't help you in battle. Very good to know. All right, we'll do this one manually. The last time we were engaged by these shadow demons, we did the exact same thing where we cheesed our way out of the situation. So we're going to see if we can do that again. 2 battles in a row where I'm employing my little tactic here. Fortunately, these units do not have any kind of ranged attack, so I don't really have to worry about that. And yeah, I think we'll be just fine. Basically, you just have to move ourselves kind of into the back corner here. Alright, okay, so we're just jumping back in there. That should be good. Now we can just kind of end the turns until we... Perfect, okay. So yeah, very good learning experience there that doesn't protect your city at all there. Or, excuse me, that your stack won't be protected by being next to a vassal army. They don't come into battle to protect you. Okay, now we did complete Empire Quest Sage, which is great. We researched a tier 6 spell, or skill, excuse me. So we got 2 secret spells. I'm not sure which ones we gained. And yeah, you can see here Tannah ended up getting the first to build or summon a tier 4 unit, so dang. We got beaten to the punch. But we were the first to get the tier 6 skill or spell or whatever researched, so that is kind of a consolation prize. Okay. Well, first, let's see what that... Okay, so it doesn't look like it's any kind of combat thing. Oh, great. I'm assuming this is... Yeah, this is the secret one we got. Great life stealing. All friendly units on the battlefield gain life steal. So that's kind of cool. I think that we had all the rest of these. And I don't know if it was any kind of upgrade like this that we obtained. I don't think so. So I don't know what the second one was. We already had all of these. Oh, Summon Dire Penguin. There it is. So that was the other thing that we got. Alright, so we're going to start working on summoning the Eldritch Horror, as we're going to need those guys for sure. Especially up here to reinforce what we've got going on here with Malus. So... Again, they've got a decent little army there. I could probably handle this battle, but, you know, it is a bit of a risk. I'm going to have to think about it. While I'm thinking about it, let's kind of figure out what else we've got going on. Okay, so the Bone Dragon has moved over. Made it a little bit easier for me to actually engage this battle. So we have currently... Oh yeah, so we can get our Node Serpents involved. This will be just fine. So we'll bring our stack over. Bring our Draconian Apprentice over. I mean, heck, we could even get this Initiate involved if we need to, but I think we'll be okay. And we can engage the battle like this. There we go. Let's do it. Now, importantly, too, we got to figure out where these units came from, because obviously there's a spawner that generated them, and it's within range of our city, so that's not good. We want to make sure that we're still protected. Let's see what spells. So we do have Harmonizing Energy, so we can heal a unit, which is a good thing. And it would be nice to throw a Firebomb in there and do some damage. So maybe let's move in kind of like this. Now, unfortunately, this battle is going to be... It's going to be very tough for us not to lose at least one unit here. I think we're probably going to lose somebody almost no matter what we do. Yeah, one of our Node Serpents is probably going to go down. We'll throw a Node Serpent in defense mode there and just kind of hope that it works out for us there. And then we can go try and finish off. Ooh, we didn't quite do it. Trying to finish off that Carrion Bird. I get the feeling we're going to get flanked, yeah, real hard. There it is. Oof, and we lost our Draconian Apprentice, which is kind of a shame. Okay, we're going to step off there, do some big damage, do some more big damage and get the kill. And now we've got to do a kind of flank combo here, so I think what we'll do is we will move in like this, flank that way, move in this way, and flank that way. And thankfully we resisted Fearsome on both ends there, which is good. Oof. Took that gas breath attack like champs there. Okay. So we can finish off the Bone Dragon with our Node Serpent there, no problem at all. But it would be nice to drop a little bit of healing on our Node Serpent there, which we can do. Alright, so we'll get the finish and a nice level up there. Perfect. So unfortunately we did lose that Draconian Apprentice, but we got that dealt with, which is the most important part there. And that probably came from up here, actually, now that I think about it. This spawner right here, Boneyard. So we're going to have to get up there and clear that out eventually, because that is going to pose a fairly serious problem for us. So we'll head back up this way. I think we'll go clear these dwarves out, and then we can maybe head over, clear this out. But we do need to remember this quest. I think we've only got, let's see how many turns we have left. 7 more turns to clear that out, so would be nice to get up there and deal with that eventually. And that is maybe why, maybe I should turn this unit around and actually go up north. Let's take a couple more steps over this way. Sphinx Temple's probably a little bit out of our reach right now. So I think instead we'll head up and take out this undead group here, or the carrion bird plus the crows, Grimbeak crows. Okay. So let's see what kind of damage we can do here. So we can almost finish those off just like that, which is excellent. We'll get the finish there, no problem. And our Storm Sister here can do quite a bit of damage and virtually get the kill. Yep. We can get the finish here. There we go. We'll send in our Node Serpent to engage the carrion bird, who will probably just fly right past, I'm guessing. We'll use our knights to kill off the other crow. I'm guessing this bird's going to jump out of there and go and attack somebody. Yep. They seem to love to do that, so not really a big surprise. And I do want some more experience with my rogue hero, so we're going to jump up on the carrion bird here and do some damage. There we go. And I think we'll take our Node Serpent in around behind. Do a nice big flank attack, get the kill, and a nice level up there. Perfect. Okay, excellent. And we will head up north here. It looks like we've got some haste berries to grab. So we'll head that way, and maybe we can kind of group up around here and get back up to this city by kind of doing a loop that way. All right, so that takes care of that. And now we had our Theocrat hero and her stack down here, and they had raided this ancient ruin site. And we had actually managed to get a hold of this troll on our team, which is fantastic. So we're going to start mobilizing this this group down here and getting them into the fight. And we'll move up here. And what do we have at the inn? So we have a Draconian Flyer, Swarm Darter, Untouchable Marauder. You know, we could buy the Flyer and have them go join in and defend the city. Although I think we can just use our little strategy for one more turn. We'll save that gold for production, I think, in our cities. Let's pick what we want to research next as well. Okay, so here we've got Invoke Extraordinary Mount. Summons a random egg that contains a mount. Egg hatches in 10 turns. This is just a one-turn thing for us to grab, so that might actually be worth it. Expansionism, our outpost would gain additional production. Let's grab this, actually. I want our cities to grow, especially our new little cities here. Like we've got this little Draconian outpost. That's going to help our fledgling cities a little bit. Now let's see what else we've got. So we've still got our Necromancer down here to deal with, so let's figure out kind of how we want to approach this. So let's look at our stack real quick. So we've got a gold medal bone collector, which is pretty powerful. Bronze Metal Fallen Angel, which is getting up there. Bronze Metal Draconian Deathbringer, Gold Metal Goblin Reanimator, and a Ghoul Orc Priest, who I may want to swap out with the Ghoul Watcher for this particular battle. You know what? I just don't think it's worth the risk at this point. I think what I'd rather do is head over this way and go clear out this tomb. Pretty much guaranteed way to make more undead friends. So I'm quite happy with that. And I think what we'll do is we'll form ourselves our little hodgepodge stack with these other units. And I think what I'm actually going to do with them is I'm going to send them up this way. And I'm going to send them into the surface world here. And maybe they can go up and do that quest even. That would probably be alright. So we will send our Brew Brother here, who's the only thing that's going to keep this stack alive. We're going to send them down that way. Send the Watcher to join them as well. I think that'll work out alright. Okay, so that takes care of our Necromancer. We do have our Builder here, who we're going to continue to move. We're sending him up this way here to build a little structure right here. And he can start doing that, so he can build a fortress right there. Bandera, sure. And that will give us this Heart of the Tropics, which will add to our casting point total. So that's fantastic. Alright, so now let's decide how we want to approach this with Malus. I think we are going to engage the city here. Okay. Oh, and they have a cadaver there now. Interesting. Not sure where that came from. Is one of these heroes a necromancer? Ah, yes, that would be why. Okay, so let's now see if we engage the battle. It's telling us probable victory. I think we've got a pretty good shot at it. We've got full casting points as well, so if we need to cast some spells to save our butts, we can do that. Alright, Stiffen Limbs hitting us there from that necromancer. Good opportunity for us to actually use Dispel Magic. It failed. You know what, let's try it again. Alright, we got it. Perfect. Alright. And we will gradually kind of walk our way in here. And keep our units with projectile resistance. Kind of clustered around our exterminator there. Alright, well, let's see what they decide to do. Okay, Stiffen Limbs hits us again. And fortunately we can use Dispel Magic again. So we'll do that. So that was on this guy here. So let's try it one more time. Okay, and we got it on the first try, which is great. Alright, so let's throw Static Shield on our Node Serpent. Hopefully they don't use Stiffen Limbs again. I probably should have checked how many casting points Melvin had left. Oh, and he has enough, I think, to cast another Stiffen Limb. Dang, and they're probably, if they're smart, they'll put it on this one who has the Static Shield. That was a mistake on my part. Should have waited one more turn. Oh well, we'll just have to make do. Alright, we're just kind of moving everybody in. Gradually getting everybody kind of up into the battle. I want them to start kind of coming out and attacking me. Yeah, and they were smart. They put it on the right one. Yeah, I should have waited to throw that Static Shield on there. Definitely a bit of a mistake. But not the end of the world. So what we'll do is we'll summon our Lightning Sprite. And then I'm kind of tempted to just charge in there, but I don't want to get killed, so I'm not going to do that. Got to resist the temptation to just charge in. Maybe we'll just hang out for one more turn here. Okay, they just took my my little guy right out there, no problem at all. Okay, and I need to get rid of these jesters, that's for sure. Because they are big trouble. Lucky is going to be a factor this battle, that's for sure. Alright, let's charge in. Ooh, nice kill there. We'll actually use our sprint to charge in and attack these jesters as well. Okay, and it looks like we got them stunned. Now we can finish them off here, no problem at all. Excellent. And we'll move our Exterminator up to protect our caster there. Get our Wisp in protection as well. Phantasm Warrior moving up. So now we're probably going to take some big hits here from... Oof. Yeah, so one of these Node Serpents is going down, that's for sure. Oof, there's that Necromancer ability there, kind of hurting me. Fortunately, we got a little bit of benefit out of that. So we'll do some damage here. And then we're going to charge in and get the kill. There we go. Alright, and our Wisp is going to be a throwaway, that's for sure. Alright, so we'll move in like this. Unfortunately, we're not going to have enough to get the kill there. This is definitely kind of a sloppy battle on my part so far. Ooh, not a guarantee that we'll get the kill. I don't like that. I think we'll just use our Phantasm Warrior to get the kill. There we go. Alright, so our Node Serpent is kind of in trouble, and unfortunately I've already used Sprint, which means that this Node Serpent's probably going down. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot I can do to save him. Can teleport in with our Wisp and do an attack, though. Flank somebody. And we'll attack there. Do a little bit of damage, that's always good. We'll do some damage here as well. Perfect. Yeah, geez, that's unfortunate. We're losing both our Node Serpents. Kind of sloppy on my part. I think that was avoidable. Okay, well, the Node Serpent's actually still alive, so maybe I'm speaking too soon here. Yeah, let's come in and kill off this big beetle. Thank goodness we have that static shield there helping us out. It's actually making a huge difference. We can light up these big beetles and move in and get the kill that way. There we go. Fantastic. And you know what? We can actually retreat right out of there. And then we can mend our Node Serpent to try and keep him alive. We really don't want to lose that Node Serpent. Especially since he's got the gold medal now. Ouch. Malus tanking a bit of damage. Alright, so we've got the Necromancer kind of on the ropes now, so we'll move in and... Oh, and Lucky saving his butt. Do a little bit of damage there. Attack the Trebuchet while we're here. We can phase over here in behind. Hit the Trebuchet for some big damage. Try and get the kill, and we got it, no problem at all. So now it's just the Necromancer who's left. Going after some of our units there. Fortunately, we're just fine now. Just seeing who else has things they can do. So we'll light them up a little bit more. And can we get the flank like this? Yes, we can. Fantastic. And we can charge in and get the kill. Oh, well, we could have had he not gotten lucky. And this should kill him. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So we did lose one of our Node Serpents, but thankfully we preserved our Node Serpent who had the gold medal. And we took out one of his heroes and captured his city, which is excellent. We've now got a wand to do black bolts, which is good. So we do have to move on to the city, it looks like, to take it. So let's do that with... actually, before we do that, why don't we just clear out these pesky units real fast. Kind of finish this off before we move on. Just some kind of cannon fodder units here. A bunch of kobolds and some spider babies there. Dread spiders, which we do have to watch out for their webbing, but I think we'll be okay. And we'll actually summon a lightning sprite. There we go. Alright, so let's see now. They're going to come in and try and start hitting us here. Yeah, there's a lifesteal getting us doing work. Alright, so now let's kill off these guys. Move on and kill these ones as well. do some pretty big damage to these spider babies, actually. We can actually do this little attack, which is kind of cool. Static Discharge kind of hits everybody in the group. So we'll actually move up and do some big damage there. Perfect. And then with our Node Serpent, we could actually move in and get the kill on the spiders, which I think we'll do just so they don't web anybody. Okay, fantastic. We've already done our heal, so that's good. Throw a static shield on there for some extra experience. We'll bring our exterminator around behind to get a little bit of life steal back as well. Perfect. Okay, so that clears out that particular structure. So we'll move back here, and then we can grab the city. Fantastic. And now we can absorb it. Even though it's going to take 5 turns, I really do want a halfling city. So I can start making Brew Brothers with it. And we'll actually be able to hopefully get this Ancient Ruin in the city as well, which would be good for some extra knowledge income. Okay, here we go. We got a level up now for Malus. So Malus is now at level 12. So the question is, what do I want to get for him? Master Illusionist, all units in the hero's army gain invisibility. I honestly don't know how useful that is against the AI. You know what? Oh, I'm tempted to just take it. Even though I suspect it's probably not that useful against the AI. I don't really know how invisibility functions in regards to that. I'll take, you know what I'll do? I'll just take Projectile Reflection. And we'll call it a day there. Save the rest of the points for something else. Alright, so now we've got... Most of our units have already moved, I think, so let's just go back here and take a peek. So we'll just jump around to all our active units currently. Right, so now I got to figure out what the heck do I want to do with these guys. I think I'm just going to start walking them back here. I mean, these things may attack my vassal city, and I mean, I guess we'll just have to see. If that ends up getting taken, I'll have to move back. Maybe I should have kept them there, but it's really annoying that they don't come into battle with you when you get attacked standing next to them. I'm just really surprised at that. Yeah, that's just super annoying. Okay, so now Malus. What do I do with Malus? I think we're gonna just chill in the city here for a turn. Now let's do some of our production. We've got a pretty solid amount of gold, which is excellent. So now we can start figuring out what we want to do. I'm going to not worry about the Throne City just yet. Okay, so Yathlon finished off its Masters Guild, which is great. Now we've got a ton of production income. So this city is now ready to start, you know, making things if necessary. Let's think about what we would want here. You know, it might be nice just to increase our mana income and also our mana capacity with a Great Temple and get this city ever closer to having a palace. So I think we'll do that. We'll start a Great Temple. Yeah, that's the plan there. Now let's jump to our other cities here. So Sakura, we're making a refreshing tea that's going to give nourishing meal to one of our heroes. So there's our new city. We're working on Pillar of the Stylites here in Manthros. Okay, Dumbkin, we're working on a Builder's Hall. And our new little city here, I think we're just gonna start off working on a Builder's Hall as well. Alright, so back in our throne, now we have to decide what are we actually gonna do in the throne city. A mana vault would increase our mana capacity quite substantially. We could also start forging an item, and you know what? I'm gonna do that actually, I think. We're gonna start forging we're gonna make another healing item. We'll just make a standard healing item, I think. And we'll call it, let's see if we can find something cool. We'll call this Healing Potion. And we'll start forging that. So that's going to give our heroes plenty of opportunity to heal the units that are in their command. So that's very good. Okay, so our rogue is already moved. Vraxen is moved. Just kind of double checking. Yep. So we're going to end our turn there. So yeah, so far so good. I've been a little sloppy this episode with a few of these battles, but things are going well. It's just going to be a matter of how strong are my opponents, especially now that we know that at least Tannah is able to produce tier 4 units. That is pretty scary. I notice a ziggurat down here. That would be something kind of cool to go clear out eventually, but since we lost that node serpent, this stack is nowhere near ready to do that. And it's also important to note they're kind of up on their own here. There really isn't anybody to back them up. So if Malus gets attacked, he's going to be in some trouble. And that was, again, sort of what Casper was warning me about. Thankfully, though, I'm going to have this Eldritch Horror soon, who I can throw into the mix to add a much-needed boost to this stack. So that is a very good thing. Again, it'll be interesting to see if these Shadow Demons decide to attack my vassal city here. I suspect they might. And I still, as of yet, I haven't contacted anybody besides Tannah, the Goblin Archdruid. I haven't noticed units from any of my other opponents here. So that's, I mean, I would say probably a good thing at this point, because I don't know if I can afford to be fighting a war on multiple fronts. I don't really have the coordination just yet. I think also maybe once I have a few more things researched, I want to just get some more casting points as well. Alright, so we're going to cheese this battle one more time. I know it's maybe a little bit annoying to watch, but we'll just get this done. And while we're doing this, I'm going to continue to kind of think about my strategy, take a bit of a step back. So I now have Tannah kind of, I don't want to say on the ropes, but I've done some damage to Tannah. So I know that she is weak enough, at least in her fringe cities, that I can start encroaching on her domain, which I've already started to do. I know that she's probably in the vicinity of that city somewhere. I mean, her throne and her main leader are probably somewhere in that area. So it's just going to be a matter of me basically finding out where her throne city is, where her wizard is, like her leader, I should say, and then trying to maybe eliminate her kind of quickly. I would really like to get at least one of these leaders out of the game relatively soon here before things start getting kind of more into the late game, or I guess fully into the mid game, because obviously the longer that I wait with all 4 of my opponents intact, the harder this is going to be for me. So I need to start whittling them away and picking them off kind of one by one. So that's what we're going to try to do. Okay, so our rogue is now able to heal her stack, which is fantastic. We had another item arrive here. Okay, we had a mount arrive. This is a Hellhound for Virix, so that's fantastic for her. And we are actually able to get up in there, which is good. So we'll roll on up in here and deal with these pesky bandits. Scoundrels, I should say. I like calling them bandits, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it's kind of the same difference. And of course, they're attacking my cavalry who's over there. So we're just going to have to charge in and get in there as quick as we can. We have this Outrider who's almost ready to level up, which is fantastic. So we'll do a touch by faith there just for some experience. And we'll just charge all our units basically right up in there. And our Raptor can head over there and just chill. I'm hoping they'll turn around and come and fight me, but I'm guessing they're gonna... Oh yeah, there they go. Perfect. Excellent. So we got an Orc Scoundrel, a High Elf Scoundrel, and a High Elf Scoundrel. Okay. Well, let's give try a convert here on the Orc. There we go. We got it. Fantastic. We'll get the kill there, no problem at all. And then we can charge in this way, do a nice big flank attack, and get the finish. There we go. Now the reason I grabbed that Scoundrel is I want to do some scouting. And I'm going to use this scoundrel to go scout this direction, because I don't know what's over there. And this stack has pretty much used up its movement. Alternatively, I could also head up this way with this stack and grab this watchtower. That might be nice to grab. We've also got the haste berries there. So I think we'll just kind of chill, as that's pretty much our turn with this stack. So now we can send this scoundrel down this way to go check out what's going on that way. We did get a level up here with our rogue hero. So we've got a lot of options here. We could get poison knowledge. We have charm as an option. I think I'm going to grab charm just so that I have the option to kind of keep trying to grow my stack. So there we go. We now have charm. Similar to convert, but I think a little bit less potent. All right, we'll grab this. Ooh, and unfortunately we've got mountains and forest and whatnot. It looks like we've got a city here, so let's grab this and head in. It might be a dwelling, actually. It looks like a spawning structure over here as well, so we're going to have to take that out. Let's see what we got. Oh, it's a... okay. It's a halfling city, so that's kind of cool. I will be peaceful with them because I want halflings to like me. So in the meantime, we'll go and clear this out. We'll try and get this to maybe be our vassal. Alright, so research now. Essence Harvest. All enemy fae, summoned, undead, and creature of magical origin slain in battle provide your leader with 5 casting points. Undying units and ghouls do not trigger this effect. Well, that's pretty sweet. I'm definitely going to grab this. That is fantastic. I very much like that. So we'll grab that one turn. Ability to get extra casting points back. That is pretty slick. We'll move our troll up. Okay, now let's see what other units we've got to move. Okay, we've got our sorcerer and her little army now. Not particularly powerful. I mean, we've got these 2 node serpents, but... so we'll have to decide if we want to do some fighting with her. I think we can probably handle this battle with between our 2 node serpents, but we'll have to see. Okay, and our builder has successfully completed the the fortress here around the heart of the tropics. So that's now giving us some extra casting points. So now we got to figure out where do we want to go next. What other structures should we go for? I'm thinking we'll go for additional casting point related structures. Just kind of doing a quick peeksy doodle around. We'll have to figure that out next turn, what we want to do with that unit. And alright, so now we can go raid this tomb. So let's take care of that. Here we go. Draconian Deathbringer and a Reanimator, which is almost more important than the Deathbringer in terms of me getting some help with healing for my undead units. So at this point, I may actually use my Greater Reanimate Undead on the Reanimator rather than on the Deathbringer, simply because, I mean, I could use Control Undead, which is about a 50-50. I got a 49% chance. But I really want the ability to heal my undead units, so I think I'm actually going to go for the Reanimator. So we'll go in and just kind of wail on the Reanimator and get some damage there. Because they're undead, they're going to be resistant or actually immune to despair. So that's not going to help me in any real way. So we can actually get the kill here. There we go. And we can use our Fallen Angel like this, and our Deathbringer to back us up as well. Okay, so now we've got to deal with... so there's the Reanimator, so we're going to want to get our hands on that. Light up that infantry a little bit. Okay, so now who does more damage? I think our priest will do quite a bit, so we'll do that. And then we'll hit back with our bone collector. Alright, so that takes care of that. Now the question is, do I want to grab another Deathbringer or do I want another healer? Personally, I want the healer, so I'm going to... ooh, I have to be careful though. we'll do it, but we have to be cautious because this Revenant Infantry is right there. It's kind of annoying. Well, we can do some big damage there at least. That's helpful. And we can actually get a little bit... It would be good to maybe finish off the... Yeah, we'll finish off this infantry. I was going to help out with the ones up there, but... Alright, no problem at all. And we'll just try and make a friend here real quick. Before we do that, though, let's just go drop a quick heal. There we go. And I don't think we have a heal with those reanimators. No, we don't. Alright, let's try and make a friend. We got him. Perfect. So, just like that, we got ourselves another reanimator, which is fantastic, as we need more ability to heal undead. Another Bleak Warg. Geez, I can't remember if all my heroes have mounts or not. I think we will take it. I don't think my Sorcerer hero has a mount. Let's just double check. Yeah, okay, she does not, so that would be good for her. So we'll send the Warg to our Sorcerer. There we go. Fantastic. And we did get a level up here with Vraxen. Alright, so now we've got it. Ooh, and you know what? We can get him Undying, and I'm going to do that. That's fantastic. Now he's far more resistant to basically getting killed off, because if he goes down, I get a mulligan with him where he can come back. So that's fantastic. And you know what? I would grab Shadow Step, but since he has a flying mount, he's quite mobile. I don't really need this as badly. I might still get it eventually, but I think we'll grab Inflict Curse, as that also helps us with Ghoul Cursing. Okay, so that's fantastic. 2 more little units here. So we'll head down this way. And you know what? We can clear out this Heart of the Shadows. We could send our builder over there to deal with that. That wouldn't be the worst plan ever. Alright, so we'll head up this way. There we go. Now, how long is it going to take for us to get up there? Not too bad. Alright, that's what we'll do. So we'll send this completely goofy stack up there to go and deal with that quest. I think we've still got enough time. 4 turns. Yeah, 6 turns, so that'll actually work out well. Okay. So, we've moved most of our units. This is the only one where I'm not sure if I want to try this battle or not. So we're up against a Boar Rider, a Shield Bearer, an Axeman, and a Prospector. But you know what? If we add in the Initiate for a little bit of extra ranged ability, I think we'll be okay. I want to do this battle, but I don't want to lose anybody. That's the big thing, so... And our Sorcerer is a little bit worse for wear, although we could use our Sorcerer's healing ability if we need to. Let's do some damage here. There we go. I think what we're going to do is we're going to actually move back here with our Initiate, move over like this with our other Serpent, and then reinforce kind of behind like this. So now let's see what they do. Yeah, okay, they're going after our Node Serpents. We're tanking the damage pretty well, so that actually went quite nicely. Alright, so let's light up these Axemen. Nicely done. Move our Initiate in and get the finish. Perfect. Now, the question is how best to proceed here. I think what we'll do is we'll use our other Node Serpent here to do a big flank hit. And we can get the finish like that. Perfect. And then we will move over this way. Want to be cognizant of these shield bearers over here, so we'll attack them a little bit. There we go. They're going to come in and probably attack my hero, I'm guessing. Oh, no, they went for the flank. Okay. That's fine by me. Alright, so now we just got to light up these shield bearers with everything we've got. There we go. Use our Node Serpent and get some big damage there. With our Apprentice here, I think we will actually just go for a heal. There we go. Important to remember this is a Ghoul Apprentice, meaning that I can't really heal that unit. And then we'll move over like this, do some damage, and get the flank kill. Fantastic. Okay, so that does that battle. No problem at all. And we'll send the initiate back to the city. It'll take a turn to get there, but that's all right. Now, in here, we could buy ourselves a big beetle to add to this stack. Just to have another tier 3 unit might be kind of nice. But I think it would be better to spend that money on production. So I have to decide now, where do I go with this stack? So I'm going to head over this way, as I want to clear out this crystal tree as well, because I want to be able to make an enchanted armory, which is the other piece of the puzzle that's going to give me really powerful pikemen out of that city. So we're going to clear that out too. All right. So I think we're going to end the episode there, as we've kind of done most of the battling. We'll just take kind of a peek here. So we've now got a hold of this city up here, Isfar, which is that halfling city that we liberated from Tannah. And then we've got our four cities here, or I should say 3 cities, plus our little fort. And we're now trying to maybe make friends with Woe Stick. Let's go back to the Shadow Realm. We haven't been underground yet at all. So we've still got our main area in the bottom corner. And we've now got Tavros up there. So that's kind of where we're sitting. We're going to save it here. We're going to call this one episode 10. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.